Hi, it's Dr. Dyan Haspel-Johnson, and I'm so glad you're here with me so we can talk about some interesting sleep tips. And in this sleep tip, I want to talk about something that's a little bit more out there, it's a little more esoteric. And I think that that's kind of appropriate because we're talking about sleep, which is really a different realm from the conscious waking mind that you're using to listen to me now, although you're also using your unconscious. And I talk about how we have these points during the day where we can check in with ourselves. I talk about that in my free download, the free ebook. And so you might want to get that. And it's really important, I think, to recognize that we live in these kind of multiple worlds. In the most basic terms, there's the unconscious realm, which governs sleep and where we have these amazing dreams. And then there's the conscious realm, which you're using to make sense in a logical way with what I'm talking about. And, straddling these realms is crucial to falling asleep, moving from being awake to being asleep and being asleep to being awake. I've often said in this space that sleep problems are actually problems with transitions between those states. And I've been thinking a lot about something that I read a number of years ago. It was saying, and this is like, I guess, one of the foundations of Kabbalistic writing and thinking, that there are two souls. There's the soul that we're born with, which has a purpose, and we're born with this like kind of purpose, and that's our deep soul. And then there's another soul, which is our personality soul, and that's like the things that are our desires and our wants and our needs and in the world. And I thought that was interesting. Before that, I had actually myself, when I've thought about these kinds of questions, I tended to think more like we have our soul and then we have our personality, which allows our soul to express in our lives. When I started thinking about this concept and about how I think sometimes when we are so focused in one or the other, that's when we can have a breakdown and start to have symptoms. And that's when I also think it can be harder to sleep. And so it's really about honoring the both of those realms. And of course, the deep soul is the one that needs to lead the path. And I think that intuition, and when we focus on honoring our intuition, that's when we have the most cohesiveness between those two souls, between these different realms. That's when our bodies are like, oh, thank you. They're trying to tell us things with our symptoms. And so for me, the best way that I have found in the last 30 years to do this is by doing self-hypnosis, because in that moment when I'm doing self-hypnosis, unlike meditation, it occupies my more cognitive mind. It satisfies it, it leads it on a journey, and it actually allows there to be a dropping down into those other realms. And I find that it's almost like I'm occupying that personality soul, and then I can make more contact with my deeper soul, and that brings more cohesiveness since I'm using this tool on a daily basis. So I don't know. I know this is a little bit more, like I said, esoteric and a little more out there, and it's just something I've been thinking about, and I think it's relevant to sleep and the conscious and unconscious mind. So I'm curious to know what you think. Please weigh in. I would love to learn. Like I said, this is just something that I've been thinking about myself, and I would love to hear what you think about it, and how you think it might pertain to sleep and sleeping better. Like I said, go to the link in my profile. You can download my free ebook and video, and in that I talk about doing self-hypnosis and how to do it, and times of day and things like that. And I think that's kind of, it might be interesting to you. And for sure, subscribe to my channel here and follow me here. Okay, sweet dreams.